First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burke here. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do is 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, we back in the kitchen. There's a whole lot of goddamn sauce in this pot, man. Let's get to the shit. Been waiting a long time to say this shit. I've been holding this in. I've been holding it in, and I've been holding it in because, I've been distracted by a lot of corruption and a lot of other shit, and a lot of shit. But let me tell you something. This shit right here is near and dear to my heart. Now I'm invested in this fight. Yeah, I got some shit invested in this shit. Listen, I'm just gonna tell you, my stomach been bubbling for weeks now. I got the BGs. Listen, I ain't been this nervous since Fatback Fury versus Wilder 3. Listen, it ain't a fight that has worried me since Deontay Wilder versus Fatback Fury 3. Listen, I just don't think y'all understand what's at stake. I don't think you understand the importance of it, because let me tell you something. Devin Haney, listen, this shit is different. This shit is way more testing than even going to Australia twice. It's way deeper, it's way bigger, it's way more obstacles, because Lomachenko is the fighter that mainstream media has. He's the darling of mainstream media. Everybody, all the greats, from Teddy Atlas to even old goat mouth Stephen A., all of them, they said he was the greatest thing since Ali. Even legendary fighters, they vouch for him. Legendary black fighter, all of them, they said he was the shit. They called him, did they call him the Matrix? All kind of shit they call him. Listen, he's the golden child of America. I'm telling you, Lomachenko has been praised more than any white fighter since Willie Pep or Rocky Marciano. Like, ain't nobody promoted no white fighter like Lomachenko since Willie Pep or some shit. Now everybody said Loma was the number one pound for pound fighter in boxing. When you had Terrence Crawford, when you had Earl Spence, when you had, he was considered better than them. And now they trying to do the same shit with Inouye, but that shit ain't gonna work. But anyway, even after losing to T.O., Loma was still on the pound for pound list. I don't think you motherfuckers understand. Nah, some of y'all understand. A lot of black fans don't. You motherfuckers too far for me. I'm telling you, motherfuckers are too far. And that first shit gonna get you fucked off in these streets. Yeah, in these boxing streets, that first shit gonna get you fucked off. That first shit, man, that shit gonna get you fucked off. It's a dirty game, bro. Listen, a lot of people, and I give T.O. credit for beating Loma, but it's a difference, bro. I don't think you understand the politics of boxing. What T.O., he ain't a Mexican. He's from Honduras or something like that. Anyway, he's a Latino. Mainstream media throughout the history, kind of how when they fed Ricky Hatton to Pacquiao and shit like that, and Pacquiao was juiced the fuck up and punching like Sonny Liston or some shit, and bouncing all around the goddamn ring 100 miles an hour. Like, they have no problem with a non-black fighter beating one of their white fighters. Bob Arum had no problem with Teofimo Lopez beating Lomachenko because he felt like, I win either way. I'm promoting Loma, but if T.O. win, I'm trying to promote a great Latino fighter. And so, because the black fighter is the last choice. I told you, Bob been promoting black fighters lately because all his other fighters have been losing. The Latinos are losing, white boys are losing. So he promoting black fighters right now because him and Jay Prince got a good relationship and shit like that. But make no mistake about it, Bob's agenda is the great white hope. That's his agenda. Don't you motherfuckers ever get it twisted. Let me tell you something. Bob is the biggest devil of them all. I'm gonna keep saying it. That was a devil's deal. That shit he offered to Devin Haney to go fight in Australia twice and receive lesser money than what you really deserve, and then you got to fight Loma. That was the deal with the devil. You know? Hate to say it like, yeah, you made a deal with the devil. But the only thing that gives me confidence, my only hope is Bill. Listen, Bill Haney and the streets of Oakland is all in him. It's bred in him. You know, he a pit bull off the leash, bro. He a game dog, and, you know, I just know if some fuck shit happen, Bill will be the first one to jump in the ring. If some fuck, and if let it be a corrupt ref at that fight and try to stop some shit, Bill gonna beat up the ref. I told you the whole city of Oakland is gonna come out of Bill if he see any fuck shit, and I don't think Bob really want to try Bill. But anyway, Bob is hoping and praying that Loma win this fight because y'all don't understand something. I'm gonna say this one more motherfucking time. Bob had no problem with a Latino beating Devin Haney. I mean beating Lomachenko. Nah, he ain't got no problem with that. Just like he don't have a problem with Usyk beating Fury, cause that's two white fighters. Yeah, shit like that. So what I'm saying is, it's kind of like this. I'm gonna break this analogy too. Andy Ruiz, when he was in negotiations with Wilder, and it was considered that fight would be next, and it was supposed to be on Cinco de Mayo, and Mexican fans was so fucking crunk. They was crunk as shit, but they was worried, but they was crunk at the possibility of Ruiz getting a win over Wilder. Just like they celebrated when he beat Josh. That's the celebration of boxing. If a non-black fighter to beat the black fighter and he's considered the underdog, that's the boxing story that all promoters look for. A fighter that's not, just like Ryan versus Tank, a non-black fighter that's really the underdog, but if he beat this black fighter, it's gonna make him bigger than ever. But the black fighter don't become bigger than ever for beating a non-black fighter. That's the contradiction. Like I said, when Andy Ruiz was in negotiation with Deontay Wilder, everybody was crunk. The Mexicans was crunk because, like I said, and if Wilder had to beat Ruiz, he wouldn't have got much credit. But if Ruiz had to just drop Wilder or anything, Mexican fans would have went crazy. But check this out. Let me tell you something about Mexican fans and boxing. When y'all motherfuckers heard about Ruiz in negotiation with Fury, I didn't see one video. I didn't see none of you, a la vista cuesta. I ain't heard none of, a la vista the more. None of that shit was heard. No sombreros came out. None of that shit. I didn't see it on Telemundo. None of that shit. Because y'all don't care about beating a white fighter. I just want to prove that shit, and I just want to explain it. You motherfuckers ain't as crunk. If Ruiz was to beat Fatback Fury, I bet he wouldn't be on Jimmy Kimmel like he was when he beat Joshua. I bet he wouldn't. It'll be a big win, yeah, and he'll get acknowledged, but he won't get acknowledged like he will if he beat Wilder. If Ruiz beat Wilder, he'll become damn near the face of boxing. And they saying right now Wilder ain't shit and he done lost. But if Andy Ruiz beat Wilder, he damn near the face of the heavyweight division for sure. And Usyk and Fury gonna run to fight him. Everybody gonna want to fight Ruiz if he beat Wilder. So that's what I'm saying. You know what? To further prove what I'm saying, I just saw this right before I did a video. I seen what a boxing voice said. Coach Calvin said the fight with Tank is bigger if Loma got the belts. Do you see what I'm saying? It ain't as big with Devin. If Devin beat Loma, the fight with Tank won't be as big. But if Loma can beat Devin, oh, now the fight with Tank is huge. Do you hear what I'm saying? Even black fans and black trainers and all you baboon mouth motherfuckers, y'all see that too because we don't value ourselves. And everybody know it. One thing about it, black fans and black fighters are the easiest to pimp on. Because for one, most of us don't got no back and we don't stand for shit. I tell you, sometimes we do fall for shiny shit and we let the shiny shit outweigh the real shit. You know, guns and butter, baby. But anyway, I ain't finna fuck with you motherfuckers forever. Listen, the point I'm making is, get your back up off the wall. Anyway, what I'm saying is, Devin Haney is in a, listen, I'm gonna have to do another video because I done got caught up on some other shit. I'm gonna do my prediction video. I don't want to turn this into a prediction video. I just want to explain that he's in a position And you see Bob Arum is coming out saying Loma gonna win. And it's in Vegas and the betting odds and all that shit. You got to take all that shit into account. Nah, you're back against the wall, bro. This shit way deeper than Kambosos. And to Loma's credit, Loma is a much better fighter than Kambosos. That motherfucker can fight. And at this point, and I listen to fighters, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get out this motherfucker. I got a prediction video. I might do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do my prediction video, and I'm gonna get real deep into this shit. But I want you to just understand, when you hear fighters of all colors and races, trainers of all race, when they ask them about Loma versus Devin, they say Devin, but they say because he's bigger and younger. Those are the main two reasons they keep saying Devin gonna win. Do you see the disrespect what I'm saying? They only saying it's because he's young and he's so big. Remember Loma said that shit when they was in the ring? Dang, he's a heavyweight. Ever since Loma said that shit, you motherfuckers been babying him. You been putting pacifiers in his mouth and shit, and all kind of shit like that. What I'm saying is, the story is already out that if Devin win, he just was the younger, bigger fighter. I'm just tired of us being in situations. That's why I just want to see black fighters fight black fighters. And yeah, and we can do some heroic story about the black fighter beating the other black fighter and some shit like that. Because I'm tired of these heroic white hope stories and shit. Yeah, like the Fatback Fury story. Yeah, when he was behind an abandoned building with needles in his arms and broken faulters of Colt 45 and shit. And that motherfucker had powder all over his stomach and shit. And he was 578 pounds. And Bob Arum pulled his ass off out of that tunnel and shit. Anyway, all them heroic ass stories, I just wish we get a black superhero story. Like I said, I'm just tired of it being, if the black fighter win, he won't get credit, but if the other fighter win, it's the heroic story of the world. Just like with Ryan versus Tank. Tank ain't got a lot of credit for beating Ryan. Everybody just saying that motherfucker really couldn't fight. He really couldn't box as good as he depended on the left hook. He really wasn't that good. But if Ryan had a beat Tank, they would still be talking about it right now. He would be on every talk show in the world. Stephen A. Goatmouth ass would have had him on his show that next day. So like I'm saying, I just noticed that if we win, it ain't no stardom. But if y'all beat us, it's the shit. It's the biggest shit ever. And all fans, all non-black fans root for the non-black fighter to beat the black fighter. You best to believe it. And they go for Latino, Chinese. And one thing I know about all non-black motherfuckers, you motherfuckers can always unite to beat up the black man. I don't know why it's so exciting for you motherfuckers. Just say we the shit. Yeah, just say we the best and just acknowledge our greatness. Just acknowledge it when you can't win, when you lose a fight. And just acknowledge that, yeah, we got the sauce, bro. Yeah, I want to see some excitement, and I want it to be some exciting shit when we whoop y'all. I want it to be exciting as shit when Cool Boy whooped the shit out of Inoue in Japan. I want us to be excited about, and I want that to be a hero story. How he went all the way to Japan when he had the titles and he was the bigger name and the bigger draw, but still went to that man's country when he had the titles and he really supposed to come to Cool Boy backyard. But he went over there and he gonna beat his ass. So I just want that to be a hero story. But I knew it ain't gonna be. Cool Boy beat Inoue, they gonna say he was too big. Yeah, Cool Boy was just bigger. But if Inoue beat Cool Boy, everybody and all you baboons and all you motherfuckers, you gonna say Cool Boy is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Joel J. With that, I'm out.